Hey everybody, it is me, Richard, with Real Men Craft 2. Today it's Monday, September 12th. Yes, where am I going with this? First off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And yes, you can see that I am drinking an iced dark chocolate s'mores coffee out of my Ursula mug. Yesterday was the 21st anniversary. It's kind of sad to say anniversary of 9/11. Solemn prayers and thoughts to anybody out there that lost anybody. Horrible, horrible, horrible day. So I'm going to pop up a video and a picture right here. And you guys can see by this picture and video that this is my Hocus Pocus 60 by 70 centimeter painting that I've been working on. And I'm almost done with it. So we're gonna do a little whip and chat here. So come back right after the intro. Hey, welcome back everybody. So you guys saw in that picture, this is the Hocus Pocus painting that I started just like eight or 9 days ago. I haven't been working on it that long. I haven't been working on it every day because I have been working on a lot of jewelry for the Harvest Festival that's coming up in November. It's a 3-day artist show here in Sacramento, and it travels around Northern California to 11 different cities, starting in September. So I've been working on a lot of jewelry. And speaking of jewelry, a lot of you have been asking for a jewelry video. So yes, I have been working on that. That's coming up. It is coming up, I promise you guys. So I'm going to turn the camera around here in just 1 second. And we're going to work on this painting. And I want to talk to you guys about a movie that Bruce and I watched this weekend that we absolutely loved. Okay, I'm going to snap you around now. Okay, so let's get to work. So hopefully you're not going to hear a bunch of huge trucks driving by outside. They are working on our Sacramento River levee, so there's not much I can do about that noise. If you guys hear trucks, that's what you're hearing. So let's get to work back on Kathy and Jimmy's face here. So I want to talk to you guys about a movie that Bruce and I watched this weekend. Thursday night, well, today being Monday, Thursday night, Disney Plus. Sorry about the dry cuticles. I should have put lotion on. So my nails look pretty thrashed today. But Thursday night, Disney Plus debuted their newest live action movie of Pinocchio. And oh man, so this is a 2022 movie starring Tom Hanks as Geppetto. And I know a lot of you subscribe to my booktube channel, which is Nightmares, Tears, or not Nightmares Anyone. I took the word tears out a couple months ago, and we've been talking about this movie on there since Thursday, and I cannot say enough about this movie. I loved it. Loved it. Now, I grew up on the original. I'm 61. I'm going to be 62 in January. And yeah, I grew up on the 1940 animated classic. And when I heard that they were doing a live action version of this starring Tom Hanks, I couldn't wait, because I have loved all the live action remakes that they've made, starting with the Maleficent movies. You guys know I'm a huge Maleficent. Lion King. Oh man, I can't even start with all of them. They've done so many, and I have loved them. I've absolutely loved them. Jungle Book was another amazing one. The Cruella, or the 101 Dalmatians, Cruella. Cruella was okay. I didn't really like Cruella that much because I'm not really a huge Cruella fan. I never have been, though I do love the villains. I never really liked Cruella. I don't know why. But, so back to this movie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt does the voice of Jiminy Cricket, and oh man, I cannot say enough about it. The movie, we see a side of Geppetto at the very beginning for probably the first 10 minutes of the movie that we didn't know about Geppetto, and you've really got to pay attention and listen to the first 10 minutes of the movie, because Geppetto tells a little bit about himself, not to us, just as he's working in his shop by himself. And yeah, we see a side. We find out why Pinocchio was made, and we also get to find out why Geppetto had so many clocks in his shop. And you also hear a little bit why he never sold any. Yeah. So Lorraine Bracco plays a new character. She plays a, what are they called? A seagull. And she was actually pretty funny. She kind of reminded me of the seagull from The Little Mermaid. And speaking of The Little Mermaid, you guys can see, if you do a Google search, you guys can see the live action trailer for the new Little Mermaid, which I cannot wait for. Now, The Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid has a special meaning to me. The Little Mermaid was a movie that I had taken my mother and my oldest sister to see. And yeah, it was the last movie that my mom got to see before she passed away of cancer. So every time I watch The Little Mermaid, whether it be the live action show at Disneyland, whether it be the animated cartoon, anything to do with The Little Mermaid, I'm a wreck. Yeah, I start crying. And I cry. It just really, really, really hits me. And you guys know that I'm not one to hold back my tears. If I want to cry in a sad movie, or if I want to cry in a sad book, or even lately, there's been a couple horror novels that have actually ripped me apart at the end. Let's go ahead and pull this back. I'm going to continue working on this W, which is black. All of our favorite colors. We yeah, those of us that do diamond paintings, we're used to working with 310. But back to the movie. Like I said, Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays the voice of Jiminy Cricket. Now, the voice of Jiminy Cricket is kind of special to me too, because a couple years ago, Bruce and I had gone to, we have a store here in Sacramento, down at Old Sacramento, which is down along the river. And we have a store there called Stage 9. And it has to do with everything movies. So every year they do the art of Disney. And they will have, they set up a mini art museum in the Delta King, which is an old riverboat that used to be a hotel here in Sacramento. And a couple years ago, they had Paige Hannah. Oh, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Paige. Anyway, she did the voice of the original Belle in Beauty and the Beast, but which I got my picture with, and her and I shared about 5 or 6 minutes just talking about all things Disney. And I had showed her my Disney tattoos, and she absolutely loved my huge Maleficent that is on the left side of my body. But anyway, we were talking, and I had heard that there was another special guest at this Art of Disney show, and it was the son of the original voice of Jiminy Cricket. And he was doing the voice of Jiminy Cricket on the Disney Channel in animated specials and movies that have come out since the original Pinocchio. And he made me a video that it's only about 40 seconds, but he actually talks to me and calls me by name and tells me that, hey Richard, this is your old friend Jiminy Cricket here. Just remember that all your dreams can come true when you wish upon a star. And oh man, you guys, I lost it. Yeah, the sentimentality took me back to going to Disneyland in 1969 when I was only 8 years old. And yeah, it just took me back to being a little kid again. But I told him thank you, and it was just amazing. But I really thought that they would have hired him to do the voice for this new live action. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt adds something to the role and the voice of Jiminy Cricket that just makes it his own. And the animation, it's fabulously directed by Robert Zemeckis, who also directed Tom Hanks in the beautiful Christmas, which is now a classic, The Polar Express. So this movie has a lot of look kind of like The Polar Express. And I was talking to some people on, we were chatting on the phone, and I was talking to 5 or 6 people through my BookTube channel when I posted the movie review of Pinocchio on that channel. And there will be a link to that review down there in the basement. So, but we were talking, and people thought, wow, why does Disney have to remake all these classics? They remake these classics, I think, because they need to be redone. Some of them just need to be updated or retold for a whole new generation of people, whether they be kids, adults, people that didn't get the chance to grow up with the original movies. And this new version of Pinocchio, it's got 2 new added songs. Actually 3 added songs if you can call the little tiny intro song at the beginning that is kind of sung by Tom Hanks. And yeah, it's just we really liked it. We thought it was tastefully done. They introduce a new character, and she is a young ballerina girl. She is a girl of color, and she has got something a little bit special about her. And I just loved it. I thought the movie was beautiful, and I can't say enough about it. And it's funny because, like I told you before, when I do WIP and chats, I kind of tend to get sidetracked. But I was talking to a friend, and we were talking, and I had already seen the film. It was Friday morning, and her and her family hadn't seen it yet. And I told her, I said, be on the lookout. You're going to see tons of cameos, if you want to say cameo in weird ways. There's so many cameos of many, and I stopped counting at 17, but there's so many cameos in this movie of famous animated Disney characters that we all love today. You'll see cameos by Dumbo, Woody from Toy Story. You will see, oh my gosh, Maleficent. You'll see Snow White. You'll see 2 of the dwarves. You'll see Anna and Elsa's mother and father. You will see Simba from The Lion King, Ursula, but you have to really look for them. But some of them are actually on screen pretty long, so it was fun. Once we saw the first one, then we just kind of started, oh, there's another one. But yeah, it's just, it's streaming on Disney Plus, which is kind of a good thing. I was kind of bummed when I found out it wasn't going to be released in the theaters, because I love to see a Disney movie, whether it be a re-release of the original or new Disney movies. I love to see them on the big screen. There's nothing like, I don't know, there's just nothing like the experience of going to see a movie on the big screen. Now, a lot of people don't have Disney Plus, which is kind of a bad thing, and that's the only way you can watch it right now. They're not going to release it in the movie theaters. They're not going to release it in the movie theaters, which is kind of a bummer. And they did release the new, it wasn't live action, but it was a new spin-off, speaking of Toy Story, of Lightyear, and it was kind of a flop. But yeah, I was really disappointed when I found out that we weren't going to get to see this new Pinocchio on the big screen. Now, speaking of another thing, they are releasing, like I said, The Little Mermaid in May of 2023. And then, speaking of Hocus Pocus, and I talked to you all, I think in the last video I did last week, they're releasing the new sequel, Hocus Pocus 2, on Disney Plus streaming also, and it's not going to be in the theaters. So yeah, that's what I was talking to some friends about. They were kind of bummed. Yes, they have Disney Plus, but she was telling me how her sister and her nieces and nephews weren't going to get to see it because they don't have Disney Plus. So that's kind of a bummer, because I don't know. I really think Disney should release it in the theaters. But if you guys have seen the new Pinocchio, I would love to hear your comments of what you thought. Did you like the new songs? Did you like Tom Hanks as Geppetto? And once again, I got sidetracked. So where I was going when I was talking to some friends on the phone, I had told them to, yes, watch for the cameos, but you're going to notice that Tom Hanks is the only human in the movie. Yeah, he's the only live, real human in the movie. Now, there are other humans in the movie, but they are digitally enhanced or animated in that way that Tom Hanks was animated in the Polar Express. Now, some people think that that's kind of a creepy thing, but it works for this movie because Polar Express was an original movie, and that was the only way we knew Polar Express to look. Whereas we who grew up watching Disney classics that were animated, we only knew of that cartoon animation. We didn't know I'm going to remove the rest of this. We didn't know the new computer CGI animated look. And that's how this Pinocchio is done. And I thought it was great. I bawled. I cried so hard at the end. It does take a lot from the 1883 version of the original book, which was written by Carlo Collodi. Wow, can you believe that book came out in 1883? It's just amazing. It's a beautiful book. But you guys, if you haven't seen my video of the review, you'll have to watch the review because I do show a very beautiful copy of the book that I have. And yeah, if you guys have seen Pinocchio, I would love to hear what you guys thought of it. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. It's funny. It's very, very touching. It's just, it was gorgeous. We had so much fun. I've watched it again since. Today's Monday, and I've already seen the film twice. I'm sure I'll watch it again. I don't tire of any Disney movies that I like. And speaking of Disney movies, a couple years ago, they released the sequel to Mary Poppins, which was Mary Poppins Returns. Yes, Julie Andrews did not play Mary Poppins because she was a little bit too old to play Mary Poppins, but it is played by Emily Blunt, and Emily Blunt did a phenomenal role. She did a phenomenal performance in that movie. And if any of you have never read the original Mary Poppins books, there was 5 books, and the books were actually not as all funny and as the original Mary Poppins movie was. It was kind of dark in parts, and the books were kind of like, well, they weren't as dark and twisted as the book version of Alice in Wonderland was, but yeah, the books are a lot different than the Julie Andrews movie was. But I gave Disney Studios 5 stars for the review. I thought they did a phenomenal job, and I cannot wait to see the new Little Mermaid. The girl that plays Ariel is a young girl of color, and she has a phenomenal voice, and that does not bother me. It was like when we saw, what did we see? Oh, we saw, not Frozen. We saw a Disney musical in the Best of Broadway series, but one of the leads, God, God, what was it? It wasn't. It might have. It was Frozen. It was. We saw Frozen, the live action stage show, when we went to Disney World, and Anna was a black girl. You know, she was, which was big deal. If I believe an actor or actress can sing, if they can act, it doesn't matter. Why should it matter? And I'm really looking forward to The Little Mermaid. I can't wait. I'm really struggling trying to find this letter Y. I don't know why. Because it looks so much like the J, and then looking at it upside down, like I am, normally doesn't bother me. But I think it's just bothering me today because I'm letting it. Yeah, I'm letting it bother me. So it was sad to hear about Queen Elizabeth dying. When they said, you know, that they were kind of concerned for her health, it's almost like, well, we better prepare for the worst. But it was really sad. I've never been a follower of the royal family per se, except Princess Di, just because she affected, I think, people here in America in a way that, and especially even if you're not especially, but she really did a lot for public awareness to HIV and AIDS in the 80s. And it was so tragic to see her pass away the way that she had passed away, because I still to this day blame the paparazzi for her death. And it was horrible, but it was sad. It was sad to hear of Queen Elizabeth passing away, and to see Charles and her, I'm gonna say her two other kids. I won't mention the fourth one because he is just a puke in my eyes. But yeah, it was tragic to see, and it was sad. And watching them take the body from Scotland, you know, on the Royal Mile. It was sad this morning to see. So if you live in the UK, or if you live in one of the countries where she was your queen, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, it's being 61. It just yeah, it's never sad to lose. I mean, it's always sad to lose anybody that we grew up loving, and she just was. She was a woman of her time. She ruled the monarchy for 70 years, and yeah, it was pretty sad to see. And talk about class, man. She had some class. She wore phenomenal clothes, I always thought. Yeah, she dressed very well for a woman of her age. I loved her ensembles that she would wear in public. She always wore a matching hat of the same color, or once in a while you would see her in a hat that was just a shade different than her dress or her, you know, coat. But yeah, I just thought, and she had a sense of humor. She was pretty funny. There were times when I watched clips of her in the 60s and 70s where she would do like a talk show or made public appearances, and she actually had a very dry but very funny sense of humor. So yeah, if you live in a country where she was your queen, I'm sorry for your loss. But Now I'm working down here on the letter G, and you guys can see this painting is really, really colorful. I can't wait to get it done. I actually think I'm going to give it away today. Well, this month marks 7 months that I started this channel, and today, or actually last night, I hit 700 subscribers. So all of you, I want to tell you thanks. I didn't think my subscriber count would go this to 700 this quickly. I've been doing crafts for longer than some of you have been alive, so it's kind of funny. But and speaking of subscribers, if this is the first time you've watched Real Craft 2, or if you just started watching recently, and you haven't done so already, I would love for you to hit subscribe down there. Yeah, right down there. Ring that little bell. Just let you know, it notifies you of when I post a new video. I'm going to move that G down. So if you just noticed, I placed a G here and here, so I just slid it down. I'm just banging my pen all over my magnifier light. Once again, there's another thump. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this. I should have this done probably tonight or tomorrow. I just have this little bit right here. Right here. You can see in the picture in the video at the beginning. I don't have that much more to go. And as you can see in just the minutes that I've had you in this video, I do these really quick. And this painting came from Peggy By. It's a poured glue canvas. The drills have been incredible. I've only thrown away maybe 20, if that, since the beginning of this painting. So I'm really, really, really impressed. Yeah. I like Peggy By's canvases. Speaking of canvases, I'm waiting on 6 canvases to come from GFBKE or GPFKE or whatever that site is. I had seen Diamond Grandma do a couple of videos of their canvases, and they had reached out to me, and they gave me 2 free, and then I went ahead and ordered 4 and added them to the order, but I haven't heard anything. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer, because a couple of the paintings are going to be Christmas gifts for some family members, and yeah, I really want to get them done. So hopefully they won't be too much longer. It's been going on 3 weeks, and I haven't even heard anything about my order status or anything toward that. So hopefully I'm not going to be disappointed in them. So hopefully they pull through pretty soon. I'm going to end up spilling these. I just know I have lotion on the palms of my hand. But as you guys can see, my cuticles look terrible today, and so do my nails. And then this one I caught on the door when I let Zero out the other night to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this, and I want to tell you all thank you so much for stopping by today. Let me know down below, like I said, if you've seen Pinocchio, if you plan on watching it. Let me know if you're working on any Halloween canvases. I loved it in the last video after so many of you had reached out and let me know what you were working on. In fact, speaking of so many of you, I'm gonna walk away just for a second and grab my book. I want to shout out some new subscribers, so hang on, let me grab that real quick. So what I'm gonna do, I've got my little trusty tablet here that I love. I want to shout out some new subscribers to the channel. So I want to shout out Math Geek, Debbie Henry, Katie again, Melody Perez, Stephen, it just says Stephen MMZ, Abigail Hernandez, and Jose. I'm not even going to attempt your last name, but I will say it is Jose Romero Wantes. So I'm sorry if I slaughtered that last name, but hey, I want to welcome you all to the channel. And like I said, if you haven't done so already, I would love for you to subscribe below. And thank you so much for getting me to 700. It was fun. That was fun to see that number last night before I went to bed. And yeah, I will probably be giving this painting away, and I will let you guys know in the next video of where, and if so, if I'm going to. I actually have two people. One is in LA and one's in San Francisco. They're actually interested in buying this canvas. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So once again, I'm Richard with Real Men Craft 2. Thanks so much, you guys, for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, you guys. Bye.